What's up, everybody? It's Mike from MJF Invest. I did a video yesterday about how to research a stock, how we find great stocks, how we do our due diligence, our DD. And one of the steps that I mentioned was finding out who the institutional investors are. Who's the institutional owners? I feel like that's a very solid indicator because these companies and professionals are not in business to lose money over the long haul. In fact, it's quite the opposite. They make money because a lot of times we're doing the wrong things within the stock market. So I just wanted to do a brief video about who are the big players and getting familiar with who the big money is. So in this video, the following video, we're going to talk a little bit about ARK Invest. We're going to talk a little bit about Blackrock, and we're also going to talk a little bit about Vanguard. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel grow. An audience that we can become prosperous together and really build value. And I think knowing who these institutional investors are is very valuable. There are other ones. Maybe I'll do future videos. If you want to see other institutional investors, drop a comment and let me know. But again, thanks for watching. Enjoy the video. Hi everybody, it's Mike from MJF Invest. Today I just want to talk a little bit about institutional investors, and let's get familiar with who the big players in this field are. Also, I just wanted to touch on ETFs as well. It's a different way to invest than just investing and selecting one company here, one company there, and building your own portfolio. When you invest in ETFs, you invest in a portfolio built by professionals, in a sense. The first one we're looking at here is ARK Innovation ETF. Kathy Wood is the founder, CEO, and Chief Investment Officer of ARK Investment, which currently offers 5 actively managed ETFs, including ARK Innovation ETF, ticker symbol ARKK. Right now it's trading at $95.33. And some other great companies like Square, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix. I mean, you name it, she's been there. So this is definitely one of the major players in the investment world, and I actually have subscribed to a daily email from the ARK trading desk, so I keep an eye on what they do from a day-to-day basis. Every day about 6 o'clock I get an email and it tells me what they bought and sold. You can also do that on their website. If you go on ARK Invest's website, you can find the trading desk, and just all you do is add your email address to the email lists. And I also subscribe to their research newsletter. That's a little bit excessive, so if you're not like majorly into researching stocks the way I am, that's a little bit of overkill. But I would it doesn't have to be ARK. There are several, and I'll introduce you to several of the other major players throughout this video. ARK just happens to be my favorite, and I put the most weight on what they do. Now, I'm not saying follow everything they do blindly. See that they're buying a particular company, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row or an entire week. It puts the company on my radar. The second company I wanted to touch on who manages ETFs, and they have many ETFs, is Blackrock. They are the largest, they manage the largest amount of assets in the United States. Anytime you see this iShares somewhere, iShares, like when you're looking, you can identify that as Blackrock. Though when they talk about diversifying your portfolio, it's about spreading your money around into different markets with different assets. So if there's a problem, let's say, I don't know, in the EV sector, you're not completely totally invested in all EVs because they kind of go hand in hand. We'll just stick with the EV market. On most days, the Tesla is green and running. A lot of the EV companies are green and running. So stocks have a bad day, they go down. They all go down. It's that kind of thing. So investing in an ETF is a way to instantly diversify your portfolio. It's a way to get numerous parts of companies. And we're just touching on who some of these big players are. At the end of the day, you have to remember they're always looking for cheap shares. They can manipulate stock prices, by owning a lot of shares. I could just use Helion for an example. Just over the weekend, just before the weekend on Friday, Helion's merger went through and it actually caused a decline in price. Now, why would that happen? The stock is being manipulated. People are, the big institutions are looking for cheap shares. So they know upon selling, it triggers stop losses, which can, so their initial sale drives the price down, right? Then if they drive the price down enough that triggers stop losses, it creates an extreme ripple effect and really affects a stock price. That's why sometimes when you see companies go down, 7, 8, 10% quickly, that's a lot of the times what happened. The price could be being manipulated by this big money, perhaps through the research. The research is the key. That's what I feel like, and knowing how to research and watching people on YouTube are two different things. I want you to watch my videos, and I want you to, listen to what I say and all that stuff, and listen to the YouTubers. That's great, but I also want you to be able to earn on your own. It's like the philosophy: you could take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. If you want to be able to research these stocks, and you want to do this, I want to show you, and I feel like that's valuable. That could be valuable information. So that rant is over. Markets to your attention, bringing tickers to your attention, and bringing who these institutional investors are, I feel like is also important in the process. I believe Vanguard is the third. The third leg of the trifecta. When I see Blackrock, Vanguard, and ARK all invested in the same company, that is a definite indicator that it's a company that I want to look into. So we're just going to use a brief example here. Institutional, we did a quick Google search. You pick whatever stock you want. I used Workhorse as an example. So again, right in the Google search, who are the institutional investors? It's Fintel that does a nice job here. It usually shows you right here, 30% of the shares are owned by institutions. And then we scroll down to the, we scroll down to the 13F filings. And here they are. They're right there. And we find out who's buying. Okay? It's going to show us who did what. And right here we see, BlackRock. On 928, BlackRock. We know BlackRock bought shares. Also, too, on 925, we see ARK bought shares. And it just tells us right here with the times and the dates. And Fintel does a great job of doing that. You could scroll all the way down. And you just kind of go through it. You see here, Vanguard. So that's that's a company that hit the trifecta, in my opinion, had ARK, Vanguard, and BlackRock all involved. So and it's no coincidence I am invested in Workhorse. That just makes me feel better knowing these people don't lose their money over the long term, and as investors, that's what we're thinking about. We're not trying to get rich quick. There's no way to do that. That's the way to lose money. We invest smart. Institutional investors as an indicator to see what companies it is that you want to invest in. This video was a little longer, so if you're still around, I really appreciate it. I hope you found value in the video. Please like and subscribe. Drop a comment, let me know what you think. And thank you for watching.